Hello, friends. Good morning. Hope you are doing good, healthy, and safe. As I promised you all in my introduction video, that I am going to deal with class 10th chemistry also. So, today I will be uploading a video on class 10th CBSE and State Board lesson number 2 related to chemistry, and the lesson name is Chemical Reactions and Equations. So let's begin. So chemistry is the science that always deals with change, and the changes are known for chemical reactions. So every time there is a change in the nature, there is a change in the environment. See, we don't have summer all through the year, we don't have rainy season all through the year, and we don't have winter all through the year. So there is a change. Likewise, matter, that is material or substance, undergoes some change by some means, maybe by thermal, maybe by light, maybe by electricity. There may be some change, or maybe by self change. Such a process is known as a chemical reaction. So here in this you can get some examples. Burning of coal, like in olden days, coal is a fuel. So when we ignite the sample of coal, it produces heat energy by some change. We will come to know what exactly the change is. The second is respiration. We inhale and we exhale. So this combinedly, what we exactly call as respiration, it is a chemical reaction. Then conversion of milk into yogurt or curd by means of some enzymes. Enzymes are chemical compounds only. Then rusting of iron. In most of our houses we find rusted iron objects. All the four I have mentioned for an example. You can get through many such chemical reactions happening around us. Say for example, do it yourself. Take a glass of water, add a piece of soap in it, and observe what is happening. Then automatically you will understand what exactly a chemical reaction is taking place. So in your textbook it was given as activity 1. So I am going as according to your textbook only to make you understand in a better way. So in activity 1, what was given as, take a small amount of calcium oxide. Calcium, the chemical symbol is capital C small a. Capital C small a is the chemical symbol for calcium. Oxide, capital O. So you take some amount of calcium oxide and to that add water. Sir, where do we take? You take in a glass beaker, you take in a test tube, or you take in a glass jar. You can do it yourself, but remember, always do chemical experiments in the supervision of a learned chemist, because this is a very important science. I strictly agree for a statement: chemistry creates, chemistry destructs. So be very cautious while doing. If you are cautious enough, you will learn the beauty of the science called chemical science. So come back to the activity 1. Take a small amount of calcium oxide and add some quantity of water. Then what do you observe it? We observe two things. One is, when you touch the jar or the beaker, it is warm, it is hot to touch, and as shown in the diagram, you find the formation of some turbidity or haziness. Haziness, haziness, which means not clear. Then in the activity it was asked, test the resulting solution with litmus paper. So when we test the resulting solution, the red litmus turned to blue. So when the red litmus turned to blue, it indicates that this is a basic substance. So when we take calcium oxide, CaO, and when we add water, that formed a base, and that base is calcium hydroxide. During this formation, there is some quantity of heat is released. So these are some observations in the activity. So in activity 2, it was asked I'm sorry, to take sodium sulfate and add water to it in one of the glasses, and in the other glass you have to take barium chloride and add to water. What will you find? You will find two colorless clear solutions. One is a sodium sulfate solution, the other is barium chloride solution. Now what was asked? Mix these two solutions. So you have to add sodium sulfate solution to the barium chloride solution. As shown in the diagram here, you find the formation of a white precipitate. So the corresponding equation is given there. What is the chemical equation? We will come to learn. And the equation that is shown there, Na2SO4 sodium sulfate plus barium chloride gives you barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. In activity 3, it was asked to take some zinc granules. Granules means beads like structure. To some quantity of zinc granules, you have to add dilute hydrochloric acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid. So then you were asked to place a burning splinter at the mouth of the flask. Then what happens is, that is to be observed by you, but I will be giving you the answer is the burning splinter burns with a blue flame. The burning splinter burns with a blue flame, indicating that hydrogen gas is released. You may ask me, what happens if the burning splinter burns with a bright flame? Oxygen gas is released. If the burning splinter puts off by a sound called tip, and it is called carbon dioxide gas is released. But in activity 3, hydrogen gas is released. If you remember activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, there is a change. Calcium oxide changed to calcium hydroxide. Sodium sulfate plus barium chloride changed to barium sulfate. Zinc and HCl when mixed, it changed to produce hydrogen gas, and all these are called as chemical reactions. So what are the properties of chemical reactions? The original substances lose their characteristic properties, hence these may be products with different physical states and colors. So when sodium sulfate you have taken, it is a solution. Barium chloride you have taken, it is a solution. When you mix these two solutions, there is a formation of a precipitate which is solid. When zinc is mixed with HCl, hydrogen gas is liberated. So that is what, when two substances react, the product may be of different physical state and different colors. In some cases, heat energy is released. In some cases, heat energy is absorbed. The reactions in which heat energy is released called as exothermic. EXOTHERMIC, exothermic. And the reactions in which heat is absorbed is called as endothermic reactions. Sometimes they form precipitates and sometimes they may release gaseous substances. So what is a chemical equation? See, every time in case calcium oxide plus water giving rise to, that arrow mark is called as gives rise to calcium hydroxide. How difficult is every time you write this spelling. See, sometimes what happens is 4F, 5F block elements are there. F block elements, their names are very critical to even pronounce and to write. So for what, we have a very simple technique called writing a chemical equation. What to do it? You need to get acquainted with the exact and accurate chemical formula of a particular substance. Say for example water. What is the chemical formula for it? H2O. The chemical formula for it is H2O. Calcium oxide, capital C, small a, capital O. Calcium oxide plus H2O gives rise to calcium hydroxide, Ca, capital C small a, open a bracket, parenthesis, then capital O capital H, subscript number 2. It is called as taken twice calcium hydroxide. The name we call it as CaOH, taken twice. So the substances which undergo chemical change in the reaction are called reactants, and the new substance that is formed is called as products. So here in the equations, calcium oxide, water, zinc, HCl, Na2SO4, BaCl2, all these are what we call as reactants. Whereas calcium hydroxide, zinc chloride, so calcium hydroxide, zinc chloride and hydrogen gas, barium sulfate and NaCl, these are called as products. So we have two substances now. One is reactants and the other is products. What do we mean by reactants? Reactants are the substances which undergo chemical change to form a product. Say for example, to make you understand in a better way,